I think so too. Yeah, I read with the text that came with the album that there was a statement that said that you wanted to change the sound of R&B as it's heard on the radio. Do you feel that? How far are you on your way doing that?
I think we're, at the tip of the iceberg, to be honest with you. Hopefully, very soon, I have more time to work with other artists, and the sound that I'm creating for myself, they'll be able to take it and make it their own and it become a part of their artistry. And, hopefully radio or whatever embraces it.
What were you maybe personally fed up with? What kind of sound that you didn't want to hear anymore because, yeah, you thought maybe it was saturated by...
I think it's more so it is the sonic, for sure. It is the sonic. I think the expectation of R&B music to be so urban or urban, whatever that is very provincial and very superficial to me. To assume that someone who loves soul music has no other influence but what's heard on the radio is almost disrespectful to me. And that's why it's important to include, what inspires me. And it's not just R&B music. It's, classic rock and funk music and hip hop. And so it's been important for me to kind of make it obvious, like, what influences me outside of R&B and hip hop.
Are you constantly searching? Let's put it that way.
I was gonna say there may not be any, I don't know if there is any end, I think that's the beauty of being a creative individual, is that you are in some ways a hoarder. You're constantly searching and collecting and cataloging what you see and what you feel and what you hear. All those things, anything sensory, you know what I'm saying? And you hold on to them for those moments where you are creating and you're connecting those ideas and all those things that are sensory. So,
Can you give one example of one thing that you maybe recently heard that really opened something in you, or triggered something that you think, hey, this?
I was watching Dave Chappelle on the Actors Studio, and he said, I read somewhere a definition of greatness, and it was this. A true mark of greatness is everything before it becomes obsolete and everything after it bears its mark. And it wasn't only that statement, but it was his entire, interview. And I just was super inspired by him, just the amount of principle and the amount of deliberate decision that went into his art. And the conscious decision to, I don't know, the amount of it just showed his character, you know what I mean? How much character he had in making some of the decisions that he's made as an entertainer, as a human being,
Yeah, you have 2 records out now. Do you feel that to progress, maybe to develop and change your sound, do you feel that you have to change yourself also all the time? Or the way you create your music?
I think for me, it will always be natural to continue evolving. I mean, there's certain things that I will always be as a human being, you know what I mean? Things about my personality that I don't want to change, you know what I'm saying? That I've embraced about myself, and likely so my music will be that way. There will be elements that will always be there, but
what is the core, if they have a mutual one that you would like to stick to?
I mean, I suppose soul, coming from a soulful place. And that, I guess it's kind of a vague term.
What does it mean for you?
Because all music should be soulful.
Mm-hmm.
If soul really is emotion, you know what I mean? All music should be emotional, or coming from a place of emotion.